War rages on, and as invaders from across the border try to overrun Ukraine, Russian forces are relentlessly moving towards the capital, Kyiv. Their ordered objective is to get rid of the man who has rallied his country to stand and fight, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. He's an unlikely hero, an unassuming wartime leader of a country under siege. He is the puny David of Ukraine against the Russian Goliath, a man who thought comedy was his forte, caught in the tragic role of president of a nation invaded. And yet, it is in this role that President Zelenskyy has found his largest audience ever, the people of the world.
Всім добрий вечір. Лідер фракції тут, голова Офісу президента тут, прем'єр-міністр Шмигаль тут, Подоляк тут, президент тут.
His is the voice of defiance, a call from the heart that has gone out and firmed the defense of Ukraine against the forces of invasion.
I'm here to protect my wife, my family, myself, my country from the Russian invasion.
We will fight for our land and we will kill all Russians.
If somebody give me a weapon, I will fight. I'm not afraid.
Volodymyr Zelenskyy, the president of Ukraine, had everything wrong about being a wartime leader of a nation invaded. He's from Jewish stock in Eastern Europe with its history of anti-Semitism. His family spoke Russian. He grew up speaking the language of the invader. He happened to be a comic by profession. In 2019, the comic actor decided to run for presidency. And people took that as a joke. He called his party the Servant of the People Party. The outcome was comic relief. Volodymyr Zelenskyy won 73% of the votes and promised to bring peace to the restive eastern regions of Luhansk and Donetsk. What came was war. Not with Russia, but with his Russian namesake, Vladimir.
Once again, I appeal to the servicemen of Ukrainian armed forces. Don't let neo-Nazis and Banderites use your children, your wives, and old people as human shields. Take power into your own hands. It seems that it will be easier for us to come to terms with you than with this gang of drug addicts and neo-Nazis who settled in Kyiv and took all Ukrainian people hostage.
Volodymyr Zelenskyy was born in 1978 into a Russian-speaking Jewish family of the then Soviet Socialist Republic of Ukraine. His father was a professor of mathematics and his mother had studied engineering. The town of his birth, Kyiv, stands next to Babi Yar, where 33,771 Jews were shot and thrown into a ravine over the course of 2 days in 1941. Zelenskyy studied law and earned a degree in it, only to found a TV entertainment company. Zelenskyy found success in his vaudeville act. He and a few friends created a comedy troupe that became a famous act not just in Ukraine, as well as other Russian-speaking regions of a post-Soviet world. The prism through which Volodymyr Zelenskyy viewed the world changed when Vladimir Putin invaded the land of his birth in 2014. That was what made him take his first political step. He donated a fortune to arm the then weak army of Ukraine. He chose his side when he relocated his production company to Kyiv and began to fully master the Ukrainian language. Something that was to be a big help when he played the most successful comic role of his life. In the TV series Servant of the People, Zelenskyy plays a school history teacher whose rant against the rampant corruption in government gets recorded without his knowledge by a student and is posted on social media. The video goes viral, and without even wanting the job, the teacher gets elected president of Ukraine. and then, through set pieces, bumbles his way to become a heroic leader of his country.
Прекрасно. Для официального сайта. Можно улыбаться.
On 20th of May 2019, facts overtook fiction when the 41-year-old Volodymyr Zelenskyy took the oath of the highest office in Ukraine. And when the new president had to make his inaugural address, he said, "It wasn't just me who took the oath." He said, "Each of us put a hand on the constitution and each of us has sworn loyalty to Ukraine." It was an oath of loyalty that the unlikely politician would prove himself worthy of in the conflicts to come, despite the fact that entertainers entering politics are viewed, if not with suspicion, but certainly with skepticism.
Наявною у нас інформацією ворог позначив мене як ціль номер 1, мою родину як ціль номер 2.
President Volodymyr Zelenskyy of Ukraine is believed to be number 1 on Vladimir Putin's hit list. Western intelligence agencies have claimed this, and Zelenskyy himself has acknowledged it. He says his family is second on the list, but that he and they will remain in Ukraine. He categorically turned down a US offer of evacuation. Instead, he asked for arms.
Nobody will force us Ukrainians to give away our freedom, our independence, our sovereignty. But it looks like the Russian leadership is trying to do it just by the way of destroying their own country.
To prove that he is still there and not running away, the president of Ukraine has been regularly posting self-taken videos in front of the very recognizable presidential palace, telling the people of Ukraine that he is living up to his promise, even if he has to die for it. Volodymyr Zelenskyy, the president of Ukraine, is playing the role of a lifetime. He has already given a performance that has made him a hit across the world. This unlikely wartime leader of his country has won the hearts and minds of people around the world. His actions has more than established the contrast with his nemesis, with whom he shares a first name, the meaning of which ironically means ruler of the world. When Vladimir Putin ordered his troops to invade Ukraine, he possibly made one miscalculation. He had not accounted for the stellar performance that his opponent was capable of giving, a role that has touched the heartstrings of audiences across the globe. Whatever be the outcome of this war in Ukraine, history will record Zelenskyy as the hero in shining armor, while Putin has already joined the ranks of all-time world villains like Hitler and Stalin. When the world's a stage and everyone is but an actor in it, there is no doubting that Volodymyr Zelenskyy of Ukraine stands at the edge of that stage, where life meets performance and only truth shines forth.